is so helpful and supportive. The director, Barry, is a really sweet person.
Give me a second, because I can't believe that's my baby.
In a world where fame, artistry, and legacy converge, one name continues to capture global attention: Blue Ivy Carter. Born into the spotlight, she has become more than just the daughter of two world-renowned superstars. She has become a cultural symbol in her own right. Her mother, Beyoncé, is celebrated across the globe for her groundbreaking music, visionary performances, and undeniable influence on modern culture. Her father, Jay-Z, stands as a titan of hip-hop and one of the most successful businessmen of his generation. Together, they've built an empire of creativity, power, and generational wealth, and at the center of this extraordinary lineage is Blue Ivy. From her earliest appearances, she became a defining figure of celebrity childhood, representing not just the potential of artistic inheritance and Black excellence on a global stage. Her impact reached new heights when she earned a Grammy Award for her contribution to Brown Skin Girl, becoming one of the youngest Grammy winners in history. Her presence in the video and her vocal role helped elevate the song into a cultural celebration of identity, pride, and beauty. Today, Blue Ivy stands as a young icon, growing up in a world shaped by luxury, creativity, and the legacy of one of the most influential families in entertainment. This is a closer look into her world, the lifestyle, the legacy, and the extraordinary life of Blue Ivy Carter. Blue Ivy Carter was born on January 7, 2012 in New York City, her birth echoing across headlines like a spark, hitting dry tinder. Born at Lenox Hill Hospital, she arrived to a storm of worldwide anticipation, her life woven with fame and legacy from the very first heartbeat. As the first child of Beyoncé and Jay-Z, her early years unfolded inside a universe unlike any other, an atmosphere charged with creativity and artistic brilliance, almost like growing up in the eye of a cultural hurricane. Yet even with the spotlight burning bright, her parents stayed deliberate, guarding their children's privacy with the same vigilance they bring to their craft. To understand her world, you must first understand the dynasty behind her. Beyoncé, her mother, is a global force, a performer whose albums and world tours don't just entertain, but reshape the cultural landscape. Each era she creates, from Lemonade to Renaissance, hits with the impact of a lightning strike, altering music, fashion, and storytelling all at once. Jay-Z, her father, stands as one of hip-hop's greatest architects and a billionaire entrepreneur whose reach extends far beyond music. Through Roc Nation and a network of bold investments, he's built a business empire that rises like a skyscraper on the entertainment horizon. Together, Beyoncé and Jay-Z hold a combined net worth in the billions, resources that open doors and expand possibilities for their children. But wealth has never been the heart of the Carter identity. Their true foundation lies in creativity, heritage, and a deep pride in cultural roots. In the Carter home, art isn't a hobby, it's the air they breathe. Music, visuals, fashion, philanthropy. These are the family's language. And even while the world watches, the Carters remain fiercely protective, wrapping their children in privacy like a velvet curtain shielding the stage before the show begins. In this rare blend of artistic power, generational wealth, and intentional privacy, Blue Ivy's early life took shape, quietly preparing her for the spotlight she would one day claim as her own. Step into Blue Ivy's orbit and you're standing in the glow of an empire. Jay-Z alone towers at roughly $2.8 billion, built on luxury spirits like Ace of Spades and Douce, the reach of Roc Nation, and savvy stakes in tech and finance, wealth stacked like skyscrapers on a Manhattan skyline. Across from him, Beyoncé is a newly minted billionaire, her ascent supercharged by the Renaissance World Tour, which grossed about $579 million, a tour that moved through 2023 like a comet. Together, the Carters form a household clearing $3.5 billion plus. Not just money, but ownership, touring power, catalogs, and brand equity braided into a dynasty. Think of it as a fortified bridge across music and business, and Blue Ivy is growing up at its center. What does that mean for a child? Not a personal net worth, that's neither appropriate nor meaningful, but privilege by proximity, elite creative spaces, world-class mentorship, and a protective framework most families can't buy. If one tour can gross $579 million, imagine the doors it opens. And yet, she isn't only a reflection of her parents' shine. At 9 years old, Blue Ivy earned a Grammy for Brown Skin Girl, marking her own cultural footprint. Value measured not in dollars, but in influence and visibility. And just when Blue Ivy's life seems extraordinary enough, the stage behind it rises even higher, like a backdrop carved for royalty. Step inside the Carter world, and you don't simply enter a home. You cross into a kingdom of glass and stone, suspended in the hills like a modern palace in the clouds. Their crown jewel is the legendary $88 million Bel Air estate, a 30,000 square foot architectural spectacle built into the Los Angeles skyline. Spread across 6 futuristic structures with bulletproof glass walls, it houses 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, multiple pools, a full spa, a media room, and even a 15-car garage and basketball court. Luxury stacked layer upon layer, like a fortress designed for entertainment royalty. Inside, the home unfolds with theatrical flair. Glass panels that slide open like curtains. Minimalist interiors washed in white and gold, and sweeping views that spill over Los Angeles and into the horizon. But Bel Air wasn't the beginning of their real estate saga. Before this, the family moved through homes that read like entries in a billionaire's travel diary. A 13,000 square foot New Orleans church conversion with soaring 26-foot ceilings, a grand Malibu villa with 15 bedrooms and ocean views, and a polished Holmby Hills estate, rented for roughly $150,000 a month. Each stop was a stepping stone on the path to their 2017 Bel Air masterpiece. Beyond Los Angeles, their publicly known collection includes a New York City penthouse and luxurious Hamptons and coastal retreats, each one more extravagant, each one another world for their children to explore. For Blue Ivy, these aren't just properties, they are childhood landscapes, as vast and cinematic as movie sets, each one magnifying the extraordinary scale of the life she was born into. Now let's get into how the Carters move. These aren't mere cars. They're rolling emblems of power, privacy, and prestige, gliding through cities like armored jewels on wheels. And because Blue Ivy is a minor, none of them are hers. They belong to the family machine that shapes the world she rides through. Jay-Z's lineup could pass for a billionaire's showroom, with sightings and coverage tying him to a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a chauffeur special that can run about $450,000 when new, along with Maybach limousines, Porsche 911s, and a Ferrari F430, a collection valued well into the multi-million range. For years, the internet swore he owned the one off Maybach Exelero. But the truth is sharper than the rumor. He never owned it. That unique concept has been displayed in Europe, not parked in the Carter garage. What is consistent with a family at this level is protection. Think high-security SUVs such as the Dart's Prombron, often cited at around $1 million in armored trim. A reminder that for the Carters, style travels with security. Beyoncé's automotive presence pairs vintage glamour with modern utility. The sentimental head-turner is the 1959 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud II, widely reported as a $1 million birthday gift from Jay-Z. Navy top, sky blue interior, the sort of classic that seems tailored for an old Hollywood entrance. When it's time to work rather than dazzle, she's frequently linked with Cadillac Escalades, typically $80,000 plus spec'd right, and Mercedes-Benz Sprinter-style luxury vans, often approximately $150,000 for VIP conversions. The rolling living rooms that carry artists between rehearsals, shoots, and stages while keeping things quiet, comfortable, and private. Across the family, the fleet isn't toys, it's infrastructure. Blacked-out SUVs and luxury vans, and when necessary, armored variants, keep schedules tight and appearances smooth. So while Blue Ivy owns no cars, the roads she rides are paved by her parents' legacy, machines that glide, roar, shield, and shine, each odometer reading adding to the scale of the world she's growing up in. If the cars reveal how the Carters move, the fashion shows how they ignite, a glow that hits like a spotlight even before the stage lights rise. From red carpets to sold-out arenas, Blue Ivy's style evolution has played out in real time, often mirroring Beyoncé like a gemstone cut from the same star. During the Renaissance World Tour, a 56 showed grossing nearly $579.8 million. Their matching chrome looks, sequined fits, and knee-high boots became a visual signature, almost like a family crest stitched in couture. But Blue Ivy wasn't just dressing for the moment, she was part of it. After debuting in Paris on May 26, 2023, she went on to perform in 15-plus shows, echoing each night's palette. Silver in London, sequined jerseys in New Jersey, and coordinated streetwear meets stagewear elsewhere. Designers lined up like courtiers, custom Louis Vuitton by Farrell, Ivy Park Creations, and couture from Iris Van Herpen, Balmain, Loewe, Carolina Herrera, a wardrobe priced like a traveling museum. Offstage, the fashion engine never cools. Beyoncé's public photo drops become instant lookbooks, dissected frame by frame, while Blue Ivy's style shifts between mini couture and effortless luxury, a visual coming of age, told through fabrics, silhouettes, and confidence. And when the clothes step off the runway, the lifestyle glides straight onto the water. Every summer, headlines track the Carters across the Mediterranean, Italy, Croatia, the Amalfi Coast. One recurring star of these escapes is the Flying Fox, approximately 450-foot Lursen Giga yacht often chartered for around $4 million a week, complete with a pool, multi-level spa, cinema, and enough water toys to turn the sea into a private amusement park. Other sightings show them off Dubrovnik and Kavtat aboard mega yachts like the 317-foot Faith, a vessel reported at $1.3 million to $1.5 million per week, numbers that underline the sheer scale of these summer chapters. Beyoncé fuels the narrative herself, curated vacation dumps, champagne-lit sunsets, and birthday slideshows. In September 2024, she shared a series of birthday week images. Coastal views, cocktails, and signature Bay Day glamour, while keeping her exact location hidden like a secret jewel. And between continents, the luxury stays airborne. The family's private air travel occasionally surfaces when Beyoncé posts glimpses inside aircraft ranging from a $40 million Bombardier Challenger to $80 million plus global-class jets, cabins shown with soft lighting, plush lounges, and quiet, curated spaces that make even transit feel cinematic. For Blue Ivy, fashion becomes a language and travel a classroom. Red carpets, custom tour armor, yacht decks along the Amalfi, midnight flights across continents, each shard of the public-facing world revealed only in carefully chosen frames. She opens Brown Skin Girl and appears on camera, her voice the first spark in a global celebration of beauty. Small singer, big ignition. At 9, she takes home a Grammy for Best Music Video, one of the youngest winners in the award's history, proof that the spark became flame. She lends that same poise to Story, narrating Matthew A. Cherry's Hair Love audiobook, folding her voice into an Oscar-winning universe with polished ease. Then she steps into the arena. Paris, May 26, 2023, Renaissance World Tour debut, followed by 15-plus appearances from London to US stops, each time sharper, steadier, more assured, like steel being honed in real time. Music, a major award, narration, live performance, stacked atop a legendary legacy. That blend of public fame plus documented achievements is why her name surfaces in richest black kid conversations, even as she's still growing into the spotlight. The brighter the spotlight, the sharper its edges. Fame doesn't just illuminate, it cuts. Celebrity childhoods play out like long-running seasons, where every red carpet, glance, family snapshot, or borrowed jacket becomes an episode, replayed, paused, and picked apart. For kids, that gaze can feel like weather, constant, shifting, and impossible to outrun. Sun one hour, storm the next. But inside the Carter household, visibility is curated, not surrendered. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have built empires on global attention while practicing house rules as precise as choreography. Share the art, guard the children. What the world sees are controlled frames, a tour cameo with clear intent, a performance that doubles as a teachable moment, a vacation photo posted on their clock, not the crowd's. That balance is part spotlight, part shadow. Fame invites the lens, privacy sets the distance. When Blue Ivy steps forward, on a record, behind a narration mic, or onto a stadium stage, it's because the family chose the moment, the message, and the margin. And when she recedes, the quiet is as deliberate as the applause. Pause, not an absence, like a rest in a musical score that makes the next note land harder. Some stories fade to black, but Blue Ivy's ends with an ellipsis, still rising like a spark stretching into a comet's tail. She's grown from a voice on a record to a presence on a stage, a young artist learning the rhythm of her own spotlight. And what makes her future so compelling isn't just access, it's alignment. She stands at the crossroads of artistry, ownership, and representation, with doors opening in every direction. Music, film, narration, fashion, or something entirely new. Her last name may have reshaped pop culture, but her first name is carving its own path. For young black girls watching her shine, she's more than familiar. She's a signal that legacy can be inherited and authored. Through it all, the Carters balance fame with fierce privacy, a quiet superpower shaping her next chapters. So as the frame widens and the music softens, remember, this wasn't a tale of perfection. It was a story of trajectory. A girl who sang a hook, voiced a story, danced under stadium lights, and learned when to step forward and when to step back. The lights dim, the stage resets, and just off camera, a future icon steadies her breath, bright as a first note, inevitable as the next beat. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and drop a comment below. What do you think is the next chapter in Blue Ivy's rise? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay inspired.